Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Asmita Mehta and I currently study at IIT Delhi. I am in my last semester. So this video is about my JEE journey and how I got first introduced to IIT, then how did I prepare, and then how did I finally choose my college after my JEE results. So let's get into it. So firstly, I would like to tell you my scores because that would make it like honest, I guess. So I scored 99.56 percentile in my January attempt, and then my second attempt was scheduled to be in April, but there was COVID, so it happened in I think around September 2020, and I scored pretty less. I scored around I think 97 or 98 percentile, like less as compared to my earlier attempt. And then in a JEE Advance, I got around 9,000 rank, 9,700 something to be precise. And yeah, that were my scores. And before starting this video, I would like to tell you all about these 5 free sessions that I'm offering. So I'm offering this session on TopMate, which is I think it would cost around rupees 50 or so, and it is a 30-minute talk session. Anyone can, like, if anyone is aspiring for IIT-JEE, they can register for this session. We can talk about anything. If you're in your 10th or 11th, how are you preparing, or if you're in 12th, tips just before the final exam, or how to choose your college after the exam. I'll talk in detail about all this in this video, but if you want to have a one-on-one session, you can book this session. And the best part is I am giving away 5 of these sessions for free. So the steps are to first just subscribe to my channel and drop a comment on this video, and just there's a Google form in the description, so just fill in your details. There are questions like your email ID or maybe your mobile number, but it'll be your email ID mostly, and then name and what class are you in, how you're preparing, and why do you want the session. So yeah, and I'll select 5 of you based on your answers, and I'll send you the code for getting the session for free. And so let's get this video started. Okay, so now let's talk about my first introduction to IIT. So I was in my class 9th, and one of the teachers from our school told us about this competition. Now I know that it was organized as a part of IIT Kanpur's Technical Fest, but then I was like, okay, it's some competition, and there were 3 rounds to it. So the first round was we had to go to Faridabad. There was an aptitude test, so I cleared that test. The second round was we had to submit an abstract about a problem. So we had to choose a problem and research about it and write it. So now it seems pretty easy for a college student to do that. But in class 9th, it was pretty challenging. And then I cleared that round as well. So the third round was you had to go to IIT Kanpur and present a solution to the problem you chose or something like that. So we went to IIT Kanpur. The competition was on 8th of January. I remember the date, and it was in 2016, I think, and it was very foggy. So we went by a car, and it took us whole day to reach there, and then we stayed in a hotel. And then the next day, we went to IIT Kanpur to present. Like, I had to present. They also asked me a few questions, and I answered them. But like I wasn't very sure about my presentation because my topic was very naive. It was related to climate change, but like other students were talking about economic problems, and there were formulae and everything, and people were from all over India, like south, north, east, west, all over India, and they were really smart as well. But then I presented, and we were waiting for the results, and I was like, ठीक है, नहीं होगा, like जो भी है. But I won. I came first. Like, there were 100 students from class 9th and 12th across India, and then I won. I don't know how, but I did, and I got a laptop. And they also gave us some books from Tata McGraw-Hill publication related to JEE preparation and everything. And that was the first time I've ever been to IIT. And then they also took our interviews, like the winners, and the person who came second or third, he said that I came here today, and I'll come here after 4 years also after JEE preparation. I was like, okay, like I want to go to any college, it's fine if it's IIT or not. So I was pretty chill. So I didn't care much. And then we came back. We also got tickets for the technical fest Tekriti. At IIT Delhi we have Trist, so we got tickets for that. The Sonu Nigam was also performing there, so we went to see that, and it was pretty fun. I was really excited about college fest. And then I came back, and so I was in class 9th then, and I started my coaching from class 10th. So I took exams of three coaching institutes. They were Akash, Fitji, and Vidya Mandir classes. So Akash, I scored well, I think, in all of them, and they were giving me some scholarships and some discounts as well. But I didn't choose Akash because it's mostly for medical preparation. So it was between VMC and Fitji, and some of our relatives or somebody told that VMC people focus more on mental health and everything, so I chose VMC. And there was no question of me ever going to Kota because my parents didn't want to send me, and I also didn't have, like some students have that inherent thing that I want to go to Kota and they fight with their families, but I didn't have anything like that, so there was no question. So I opted for Vidya Mandir classes, and I started my preparation in class 10th at the Rohtak Center, Vidya Mandir classes Rohtak Center. It was just started that year, I think, the center. So I started there, and then I got selected for the founders batch in Vidya Mandir. So Vidya Mandir classes have 3 bhaiyas, founders we call them, and they took our classes, some of our classes, and other teachers. So I was selected for that. And for 11th and 12th, I traveled to and fro from Delhi. So we had classes whole day, twice a week, I think. So I with some other students, we went cab mein, and we used to come back and study baki din ghar pe. So that was how I prepared how I got introduced to IITs, and then how I prepared in class 10th, 11th and 12th. Also in class 11th and 12th, I joined the library here. The Vidya Mandir classes at Rohtak Center offered some library services for students to study, because at home there are a lot of disturbances and you can't focus. So there were libraries, and there were also teachers there, so you could ask your doubts as well. So I joined that in 11th and 12th. Like, you had to pay some money, of course. And I think that was it. And now let's get more into what were my scores and what challenges did I face and how did I decide that college. Okay, so now let's talk about my JEE mains and advanced attempt. So I had my first JEE mains in January 2020, and I also made a video about tips for JEE mains that I followed like a month before my exam. You can see it on my channel. And then I took the exam. There were in my particular set, there were 2-3 questions I think that were wrong and that were given bonus marks, but they disturbed me so much in the exam. But I still scored 99.56, which I was pretty happy about. I was like, oh great, that's a good score. I can get into other colleges like DTU, NSUT in Delhi and elsewhere, NITs as well. Then my board exams were in March, and I for board exams, I think if you're preparing well for JEE, you don't need much preparation. You might need some for English, or in physics as well. There are some derivations that you need to perform, and how to write. So I scored 95% in my boards, which I was happy about. I didn't care much about that. And then on the last day of my exam, I think a few days after, the lockdown was announced, and it was very chaotic. And then the JEE exam got pushed to September, and I wasn't sincere during that time. Like I was for the past 2 years, I wasted a lot of time. I watched shows and everything. So that's why I think my percentile dropped in September attempt, which was around 97 or 98. And that was a shocker for me. And I was like, oh, okay, if I don't work hard, I will not get through. I think the BITS exam also happened, I think after that, or I'm not sure, but I scored 357 in BITS exam, which got me into BITS Pilani Electrical or BITS Goa CS. So I was like, okay, I have a safe option. And then there was advanced. So uske beech mein, after the second mains percentile, I was like, I have to, like, this is the last stage and now there's only a month or two and I have to work hard. So I focused, I like gathered myself again and focused ki exam bas ye khatam ho jaye, and like it's the last thing, iske baad I'll be free. So just work hard for that. So I worked, but advanced exam is like very difficult, and I got a rank of around 9,000, and I wasn't happy because the people who were with me in my coaching got ranks around 3,000, 4,000, like who were on my level. People who were in my batch also got like 2-digit AIR, but people who were like friends with me and we used to score the same got around 3,000, 4,000. But I was like, okay, now I have, like, it's happened and now I have this, and now I have to decide which college I want to go to. And then I started like talking to people, reaching out to people in IIT Delhi or in BITS, in SUTs and everything. And I also talked to my teachers and with them in the classes. And one of my teachers said, see, if you want to go for CS at DTU, NSIT, BITS, anywhere, you would do a coding job. Like, you won't have much option. But if you go to a lower branch at IIT, say textile, you'll have options to explore and everything. So I was like confused between the two. And then I tried some coding. Like, I learned some C language or something from YouTube. And I was like, oh, I can't do this for 4 years and for my life. So I didn't opt. Like, we thought, based on the ranks and marks, we thought like I am going to BITS Goa and CS, and the weather is also good, like it's not Delhi. So we were decided. Then we thought ki chalo NSUT CS is also fine. But then I thought like let me actually try coding, because if I want to do that for 4 years. So I tried, but I didn't enjoy it at all. So I chose. Then I talked to like the VMC people. Also had some sessions with students who were in IITs in lower. Like, there was this senior who they are twin sisters, and one of them is at IIT Delhi, I think biotech, and one of them is at DTU CS. So they chose like the two options, and which I had. So I was like कि इसमें से एक ही करना है. And then there were other options like IIT BHU chemical, but like I was like कि नहीं, I don't want to go to other IITs. If I want to go to IIT, then it's IIT Delhi or Bombay. Otherwise I'll go do a CS, which I didn't enjoy. So I chose IIT Delhi, like finally, after all of this, a month I think of confusion and everything. And yeah, and I have never regretted it since. I have been like it is very difficult to take that decision if you are in that stage right now, but you know in your guts, in your instinct, what you want to do, and it's just you're scared to put it out. But like you have no regrets if you take that path. So I think that's what matters the most. Like, I take most of my decisions on this factor ki will I have regrets later, and I take that decision in a second. You know it in a second. You just need all the information first, and then you'll know. So yeah, I hope that it helps you take your decisions as well. And yeah, I think that was it for the video. I'll also be making a video about my lessons from IIT Delhi. I think that will help you decide more if you want to choose like branch over college, and like what can you expect if you come to a per se lower branch, like lower rank branch at IIT Delhi. So stay tuned for that video. Also, I hope you guys like found something valuable in this video, and if you did, please drop a heart in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.